We are not going to finish tonight. That's not happening. I should have known. We're not finishing tonight. At the very least, I'm fine with that because it means you're not going to finish on the weekend I was taking off to finish Dawn Trail, to play Dawn Trail. On Guard Mansion living room. Maya! We have this area completely surrounded. There is no way for him to escape. Assuming he's still in the area. All this time he was the killer. He and On Guard were working together all this time. I'm sure they had worked out a contingency plan ahead of time. Let's examine the bear. There are lots of cuts in it for some reason. Isn't that more like a thing from Mr. Karita? Alright, look down. There's a little pet door installed here. Do you think that this came through that little door? This door! It's locked! There's no one here! From the looks of this room, I would say that this is On Guard's private lounge. Look at this, Wright. An antenna for sending and receiving radio signals and a VCR. Check inside the desk if there's a tape. Oh. I'm sorry, but the tape deck is empty. There's no tape to be found. There's no mistake that someone used this to record something. It's like someone took a tape we're looking for and escaped with it. We searched all over, but it looks like he got away. I'm sorry. It looks like he slipped out of our grasp this time. And now we've lost our only lead. Don't give up yet. The little girl is looking for you to be her pillar. Yeah. We're close, I can tell. You've already set up checkpoints along every route to heading out of this district. Leave the rest to us. The picture of Celeste. This is former manager. Why would a picture of Impacts be here in On Guard's mansion? That's a good question, Pearly. Please let me see that picture frame. On the back. There's something written on the back of the frame. Maya. I thought you'd come. I knew you would. Now listen up. You better get On Guard a guilty sentence, okay? You get that creepy slime bag and not guilty, I'll never forgive you. Ever. I'm fine, so you don't need to worry. There's so much I want to write, but I don't think I have a lot of time left. Probably you're there too, right? Make sure you help Nick, okay? Someone's gotta watch out for the helpless lunk. That's it for now, Nick. Talk to you later. No! Right. What's wrong? Why the blank stare? We searched the house and this is the last room. It looks like he eluded us. As far as clues go, I think this is about all I'm going to get. But I'm still short one last thing. Well, we gotta break her again. I think I know what you're thinking. I'll contact the detention center. All right, it's time. We're almost ready for trial. What's wrong? You look ill. I've come to remove your psych lock. Psych lock? What the fuck are you talking about, Nick? I want to know and you will tell me. Your secret. Fine, go ahead. Try to break me. If you can. Try to break me. If you can.
Take that!
Let's see how far we can take it. Well, we know you were trying to get revenge for Celeste impacts. The photo is clear proof that they were connected. It's a photo of Miss Impact's, correct? She looks younger than when she passed away, though. With love, Celeste. This is Miss Impact's handwriting, is it not? Where did you find this? No. That's alright. It's a rhetorical question. Yeah, it is. I found this in Mr. Enguard's mansion. And after all this time, my last remaining secret has been revealed. Alright, Miss Andrews. Talk. Celeste, she was supposed to get married to Juan. Scree didn't want to get married to her anymore, right? Yes, because of Matt. Alright. Celeste, she was Matt's manager a long time ago. She was the happiest woman in the world at the time. I was working part-time back then, and I often saw the two of them together. So that's why, with love, Celeste is written on the frame of that picture. It wasn't anything as splendid as that. Celeste was being used. Toyed with until she was thrown away. Matt Enguard did say that people are tools to be used and discarded. Matt's entire image is built around how nice and wonderful of a man he is. A scandal would have destroyed that. Which is why Celeste and her kindness moved over to Worldwide Studios. And that's where she met Juan. She seemed really happy with him, even happier than when she was with Matt. Celeste and Juan were such a good match that they were even planning to get married. And then, it was suddenly called off. On the night Juan called their marriage off, Celeste, she killed herself. And that's why I framed Matt. It was revenge for Celeste and for myself. Sure, even you can guess why Juan called the wedding off, right? Matt confessed to Juan about his relationship with Celeste. He didn't want Matt's sloppy seconds. That's why. I don't understand at all. It was probably because of his worthless male pride. Juan and Matt were always fierce rivals. Matt waited for the wedding announcement and then unleashed the truth on Juan. He was aiming for when it would hurt Juan the most. That wasn't the end of it. That day, I'm almost certain that Celeste left a suicide note behind. And in that note, she left a detailed account of Matt's various misdeeds and said she would never be hurt again by Matt. She chose to die. Then, when Juan discovered her body, he hid her note. It's simple. Juan realized the note was a powerful weapon against Matt, and it would be especially damaging to his refreshing like a spring breeze image. Whatever the fuck that means. In any case, with his pride hurt, Juan sought revenge. There's that word again. Juan wanted to publicly disclose the contents of the suicide note. At a time that would cause Matt the most damage, of course. Turnabout is fair play. And that was at the press conference after the stage show. It was so I could find out all about this that I drew close to Juan to begin with. They're quite a pair of hideous monsters, aren't they? Even Celeste's death wasn't something for them to use in their game. That night when I found Juan's body, it was only natural that I thought the murderer was Matt. Those two were always spying on one another after all. As for me, I was frantically searching for Celeste's suicide note. I wanted to destroy it before it ever went public. I was going to burn it. I'd even brought a lighter. But I couldn't find the suicide note, and that's when revenge crossed my mind. Yes, I was going to bring it to them, my own kind of cruel revenge. I can understand that. She deserved to have some comeuppance for what happened to her girlfriend. Celeste was killed by those two monsters. When I stabbed Juan's body with that knife, I didn't feel a single shred of guilt. Nor should she, if I'm being honest with myself. And that's all I have to say. Well, Mr. Wright, even knowing all this, are you still going to help that man? I'm a lawyer. I see. What a foul profession. Thank you very much for your time and for talking with me. And this is why people don't like lawyers, because even when the client is guilty, they still have to give them a proper defense. It is literally their job. It was no big deal. I couldn't sleep anyway. Anyway, time for a trial. Call back to the opening of the game? That's far enough. You can't run forever, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Call back. I cannot allow you to go on like this. Silence! You are no longer worthy of your title. Ace Attorney no more. Yeah, that was way back in Case 0. Or Case 1. Today, we will defend a complete piece of shit. We will defend a complete piece of shit. Piece of shit. It's piece of shit. This is Phoenix Wright. You don't look so well, dude. You're gonna prove me not guilty today, right? If you please, Mr. Lawyer. Remember, it's not just me, your precious friend's life is riding on today's verdict, too. I don't know. She hasn't tried to channel me since yesterday. Well, like I said, for a lawyer, the worst of times are when you have to force your biggest smiles. You can't give up. There's still some hope left. Oh, he's feeling bad. You're really mean, pal. This team and we're chasing after the killer, pal. Sorry, but right now you've got 0 leads on the guy. But we're not going to give up. Until the trial is over, until the verdict is handed down, we're going to do everything we can to find a killer. Yay! Hopefully he's not an incompetent policeman. Probably is, though. You can get mad out and get on guard the guilty verdict he deserves, pal. That's true. You got that, so you have to do whatever you can to make the trial last longer. You go at Mr. Edgeworth everything you've got, then you two can draw it out. I believe in you, pal. You and Mr. Edgeworth can do it. So, believe in us. We're going to give it all we got, just like you. He's a good man, except he's a cop, so he's not a good man. Have something money will never be able to buy. Friendship. It's the strongest weapon in the world, and you have it in abundance. Yay! Friends! So our objective is to stall for time. All right. Court is now in session. We are ready. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. The mystery being what exactly the Miss Adrian Andrews' role in this murder. As to say, is she really connected to the crime itself? Adrian Andrews. She forged evidence that threw suspicion onto Mr. Angard, and then proceeded to escape the crime scene by wearing a Snickle samurai costume. The guilt of these actions are those from which she cannot escape. I am not finished, Your Honor. Miss Andrews has nothing to do with committing the actual murder. I would like to direct the court's attention to this card. This is the calling card of a certain assassin. Assassin?! Yes. Juan Corita was killed by a professional assassin. And the person who hired the assassin His client, so to speak, is Matt on guard. I would think it's become commonplace by now, Your Honor. Wonder how trial will turn out today. Please call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls the defendant's mentor, Mr. Will Powers, to the stand. Oh, you again. Now then, witness. Your name and occupation, please. I'm, Will Powers. I'm a poor, underpaid action star. And what is your relation to the defendant? Well, that's... I guess I'm sort of a lousy mentor to him in a way, yeah? You need to put yourself down so much, man. You're blowing my vibes, dude. Oh, sorry. Well, I'm just kind of a nothing sort of guy. On the night of the murder, you visited the defendant's room. Is this correct? Okay. I didn't actually get to see Matt when I went. All you need to do is answer what you're asked. Now then, I would like you to testify about when you went into Matt on guard's room. Visit to Matt's room. After the award ceremony, I went by myself to Matt's room. Matt was standing there in front of his room, still in his nickel samurai costume. He was talking with someone. At first, I thought it was the bellboy. I watched the two of them for a while, but then I gave up and went back. I had guests with me that night, and I couldn't make them wait for me. But if one assumes that the person Mr. On Guard was speaking with was an ordinary bellboy... Well, Mr. Wright, let's have your cross-examination, shall we? A trap. Can't you smell it, Phoenix? Time to start pressing statements. Why? The defendant's room. Why'd you go there? Well, I'm his mentor, like a big brother sort, and I wanted to say congrats. Mr. Wright? You're going to try to trick me into a corner, aren't you? I know I'm just a poor underpaid action star, but I'm not the killer. No one said you were, Mr. Powers. No, please, don't trick me. Every time you do your lawyer thing, the witness suddenly turns to a bad guy. Every time. Witness. I will personally talk to the defense at a later time. So for now, please kindly cooperate and continue with your testimony. Sorry. Hold it! Are you sure that was Matt on guard? Yeah, I'm sure he wasn't wearing the Nickel Samurai mask at the time. And... what was the defendant doing standing in front of his own room?
Hold it!
What do you mean by that? He was in a bellboyish uniform and had a bottle of juice on a tray. Yeah, but I didn't think he was normal bellboy. Why did I think that, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Sorry, but I can't remember right now. Sorry.
Hold it!
You saw the two of them, the bellboy and the defendant, together, correct? Now, while you were watching the two of them, did you notice anything strange? You know, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip. A tip? Not more than a minute or two, I think.
Hold it!
Who are these guests you're talking about? You, idiots! Guys, if I disappeared on you, so I went back to my seat pretty soon after seeing Matt in the hallway. Remember that happening at all. Maya was being to rack in her hyper state. I ended up focusing on her. In any case, from his story, he probably wasn't gone for very long.
Hold it!
Actually, Mr. Powers, only a few minutes ago you stated... you know, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt left a tip. Ah! Yeah, that's it. You really know your job. Yes, Your Honor. Perhaps you should let the witness tell us.
Hold it!
So he gave the bellboy a tip. What's so strange about that? Well, you see, Matt's not a poor penny pitcher like me. I was trying to figure out how much it was because the tip really shocked me. Something even more surprising happened. The bellboy was putting the tip he got in his pocket. And that's when I got my first good look at the guy's face. I was really shocked. The bellboy's face. Well, he wasn't exactly a boy, more like an old gramps. That's not what I meant at all. In the smack middle of the guy's face, there was a line of stitches. Yeah, and it went straight from the tippy top of his head to the bottom of his chin. Because if a thread snapped, all the stuff in his head would come spilling out. Nothing, Your Honor. So that means On Guard was talking with the killer, then. In fact, the exploding guard would be declared guilty in a blink. Yes, Chief! Nothing, Mr. Wright, nothing. Just going round and around in circles. Now then, Mr. Powers, please continue with your testimony.
Hold it!
And let's see what the action... Let's try again. What was strange about the tip? Give generous tips, wouldn't you agree? Sure. Giving him that much was maybe a little too much, I think. Would you please clarify for the courts about how much would you say the defendant gave to the bellboy? He gave the bellboy a really fat roll of cash. A roll of cash?